Have you ever built a fort out of cushions and blankets, only to have a friend point out that there's a big gap that lets everyone see inside? Security vulnerabilities in computers and technology are a lot like that hidden gap, flaws or mistakes in systems that can cause problems. Long ago, before the internet connected the world, computers mostly talked to each other on private, closed networks. Security wasn't at the front of everyone's mind, because you could only break into a computer if you were actually in the building, maybe even behind a few locked doors. But things are very different now. Today, everything from game consoles to refrigerators connects to the internet, with some part of every network exposed to the outside world. That means more risk. So why do vulnerabilities exist? Let's imagine computer operating systems and programs like super complicated Lego sets with hundreds of thousands of pieces. Teams of people build these sets over many years. Sometimes there are tiny mistakes, pieces that don't fit quite right, or instructions that have errors. In computer talk, these mistakes are called bugs. When bugs happen, they can create openings for troublemakers to sneak in. Big companies like Microsoft and Apple and all kinds of app creators constantly look for these mistakes. When they find one, they fix it as quickly as possible and send out updates, like putting a patch on a hole in your jeans. Microsoft even has a regular day called Patch Tuesday, when they release fixes for computers everywhere. Applications, the programs you use to draw pictures, play music, or chat with friends, can also have vulnerabilities. They may not be as huge as operating systems, but they're still tricky to build. Sometimes a bad bug means an attacker can steal your data or control your computer. One famous vulnerability was called Heartbleed. It was a bug in a software that encrypted, scrambled internet data, so no one could read your secrets. But Heartbleed let outsiders peek at private information. Yikes! There's another way vulnerabilities sneak in. Configuration. Have you ever gotten a new gadget, like a smart doorbell or thermostat, and just plugged it in? Most people never change the default settings or passwords, but those default settings are usually the least secure. Someone who knows the brand and model could look up the password on the internet and use it to control your device, or even get into other parts of your home network. If we look at all these types of vulnerabilities, bugs in operating systems, problems with applications, and unsafe configurations, they almost always have something in common: human error. Building software is complicated, and people make mistakes. Sometimes it's forgetting to change a password. Other times, it's writing a line of code that doesn't work quite as expected. Luckily, clever people have created big databases of known bugs and tools that help discover new vulnerabilities. That's why it's important to update your software and change passwords, just like patching up those gaps in your cushion fort, so only you and your friends can get inside. Vulnerabilities exist because, like any big, complicated thing built by humans, technology isn't perfect. But by learning about them and staying alert, we can keep our digital world much safer.